right. Hello, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. So, this is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, let's keep in mind our boundaries. Notice, where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find your center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Your legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop like a block. That's what I'm sitting on, a bolster, stool, whatever you have. Or you can just be down on the mat. That is great too. And we're going to wiggle back and forth. We'll feel ourselves root into our sits bones. And then we'll sit up nice and tall here. Let's go ahead. Inhale brings the shoulders forward and up. And then exhale drops them back and down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders come forward and up. And then exhale drops them back and down. Hands come into a comfortable position, whether on the legs, palms up or down, or in your lap. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. In the Native American medicine wheel, based on Sun Bear's vision, the spirit pathways teach us about the qualities we need to cultivate growth and movement. These physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional qualities help you better understand yourself and what will allow you to thrive. Purity is the third stone in the northern pathway and is closest to the center of the wheel. When you come to this position in the medicine wheel, it's to acquire a sense of innocence and enthusiasm. It's an opportunity to purify yourself from sarcasm, misconceptions, and cynicism. This allows you to approach life like the dolphin, who swims in the waters of all with a sense of joy, a joyful awe of everything happening around it. By purifying your life of anything toxic, you make space for peace, integrity, and honesty. Here you have the opportunity to consider, what can I purify from my life? What prevents me from approaching life with a childlike sense of wonder? As you move through your practice, allow these questions to roll around in your mind. Notice what answers arise as you breathe and stretch. So centering in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale your breath back out. Take a deep inhale, fill your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale, feeling your belly expanding outward like a balloon. And then exhale as you draw your belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhale that air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you feel that air move out of your lungs, up your throat, and out your nose. Continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of the breath here. Notice how each breath feels like a little purification. You're bringing in the fresh and new, and you're letting go of the old. Now, if your mind wanders off and it gets distracted by thoughts, noises, physical sensations, it happens. The moment you've noticed you've gone away, that's mindfulness. You're doing it. Celebrate the noticing and then come back to focusing on your breath, back to being with your inhales and your exhales. If it feels right for you, you can incorporate a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhale, I am. Exhale, pure. Inhale, I am. Exhale, pure. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Take another deep inhale here, setting an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale here as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale that breath out as you set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. We're going to do some upper body stretching here. So if you'd like to stay on your block, it's going to make it a little bit easier to stay seated. If you're not on a prop or a block yet, I invite you to make your way into that just to test it out. But of course, you're welcome to stay seated as well. So we're going to go ahead again, kind of renew our posture, long spine, shoulders down, open heart. And we'll just start by dropping our left ear over to our left shoulder. So notice the tendency to lean to the left. Instead, stay upright here and only hinge from the neck. Notice that stretch through the side of the neck into the shoulder here. And it can be so lovely to close the eyes so you really feel into that sensation here. We often feel pain in the neck when it's like screaming at us. It's so tight. So it can be nice here to really tune in when sensation feels very pleasant, very nourishing. Wonderful. Let's go ahead. Inhale, bring our head back up into center. And then exhale, go ahead, drop that right ear over to the right shoulder. So just the opposite side. Noticing that sensation through the neck here. And again, eyes can be open or closed. And especially as we move between the sides today, start to really notice, how does one side feel as compared to the other? Maybe there's not much of a change. Maybe there is. Allowing yourself to be with sensation here as much as possible. Great. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead, come back into center. Great work. We're going to take our hands and interlace them, but behind us. So it's like you have your hands in prayer position, but you bring it behind you here. And then we're going to bring our hands over to the right. So they're resting right on top of your right hip here. We're then going to stick that right arm out. So it's like a little chicken wing here, kind of like the chicken dance, right? At weddings or at your school dances. And then we'll turn our nose over to the left here and then drop that nose down toward the armpit. So now we're getting a different and deeper stretch in through that neck here. We're altering how the head is positioned. So we're kind of targeting different muscles here. And I invite you to tune into sensation, not only notice it in the neck, but feel into the shoulder, maybe down to the bicep, tricep, elbow, forearm. hand, and even into the fingertips. Just take a couple breaths here, staying with sensation. Good. And then we inhale, go ahead and lift the head back up. Let's bring it back into center and then switch those hands. So hands are staying together, but now we're bringing them over to the opposite side. They're nestled on top of that left hip, and that left elbow sticks out to the side like a little bit of a chicken wing. We turn our nose over to the right and then drop the nose down to the armpit here. Woo, now we're getting that nice stretch on this opposite side. So again, tuning into the sensation, not only noticing in the neck and how it's differing there as opposed to those original two stretches we did, but noticing that sensation that goes all the way into the top of the shoulder, into the tricep, bicep, elbow, forearm, down into the hands, and maybe even the fingertips here. Again, this is a pretty deep stretch. Breathing here. Great work. Inhale, let's bring the head back up into center. Bring the arms to the side, palms are facing out. Inhale, sweep those arms up like you're scooping up toward the sky, gaze toward the sky. Exhale, turn the palms out as if you're pushing the air away. Drop that head back into neutral. Inhale, sweep those arms up like you're scooping up. Gaze looks toward the sky. Exhale, turn those palms out as you bring that head back down to neutral. One more time. Inhale, scooping up and overhead. Exhale, pushing all of that energy away. Head returns to neutral. Great work. There's just a little release for the shoulders, and our body loves rhythmic movement. So again, making any adjustments in your seat as you need. We'll be off of our seat here in just a moment. A little bit more stretching in the neck though, okay? So we're gonna drop our chin down to our chest. So notice the tendency to lean forward, right? We're not trying to see what's in the fish tank and what kind of lobster we're going to eat for dinner, okay? Instead, we're just hinging at the neck and focusing on bringing the chin down to the top of the chest. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together, not as tight as you can get them, but as if they're holding your spine in place. Again, eyes can be open or closed. Find a comfortable spot for your hands. And then feel that stretch of the back of the neck now. Let's take a nice deep breath here. Let it go. On the next inhale, keeping that chin down, roll one ear over to one shoulder, creating a little half moon. And then exhale, rotate back the way you came. So not back, but keeping that chin along the chest, bringing that other ear over to the other shoulder. Just making these little half moons here with your neck, moving slowly and with intention, breathing, of course. And as you do, start to notice how when you move the chin, move the head, how it's kind of like you're playing a harp here. All of those tendons, all of those muscles get played as you move the head back and forth. Notice too if you can feel sensation down into the back, maybe beneath or around the shoulder blades, along the spine. Breathing deeply here. Great. Good. Take one more half moon, moving at your own pace here, really feeling into that stretch. And then returning to center here. Inhale, we're going to lift that chin all the way up toward the sky, lifting through the torso, staying firm through the abs and the hips here, shrugging the shoulders down, and then jutting your chin as if you have a massive underbite or you're trying to press that chin onto the ceiling here. So we're feeling the pull through the jaw, the bottom of the mouth, maybe even the tongue, and then through the throat into the top of the chest here. Stay lifted through the chest so we're not craning the neck or the back. Another deep inhale. And then exhale, let's return to neutral. Great job. All right, let's get off of our glutes here. Go ahead and place that prop out of your way, and we're going to come right down onto our bellies here. So lowering down to the mat, however you need to get there today. We'll bring our arms out to a T, and we'll bring our right cheek down onto the mat. So we're laying like a T or like a cross, okay? We're then going to bring our left hand beneath the shoulder, elbow sticks up in the air. Again, little chicken dance wiggle here. We're going to bend that left knee so the foot sticks up in the air. And then on the exhale, roll onto your right side. Drop that left foot to the outside of the right leg here. Sorry. And then drop that head down if it's lifted. So welcome to 8-point shoulder stretch. We're now getting a beautiful twist through our spine. We're getting a nice opening through our right arm, which hasn't moved. It's still sticking straight out in a half T now. This left arm can stay where it is, palm on the mat. You can have it on the hip, or you can slide it along the low back and just rest it along the mat here. That's going to be a little bit more of a shoulder and a heart space opener. Option, not requirement. Check in with the knee. Maybe it just sticks straight up into the sky. That's great. Sole of the foot is on the floor. If you want a deeper twist in the spine, knee falls open behind you. And if you want less of a twist in the spine, knee closes down toward the mat. So make some adjustments here. We're getting an opening in the right shoulder. We want it to be stretch pain, but not the kind of pain that says, hey, I need to go see my doctor and get x-rays, okay? So let's just take a couple deep breaths here. A deep inhale. A deep exhale. Final inhale. And then exhale, it's release. Go ahead, roll back onto the body or onto the belly, sorry. Release that left arm out to the side. And then I'm going to say where I am so you can see what this looks like from the back. So bringing that left cheek down onto your mat. Right hand comes with the shoulder, elbow sticks up in the air, little chicken dance wiggle here. Bend that right knee so the foot sticks up into the air. And then exhale, roll onto the left side and drop that right foot to the outside of the left leg. Head rests down on the mat here. So now we're in that 8-point shoulder stretch, opposite side. Again, right palm can remain on the mat. It can rest on the hip, or it can slide along your low back here. Notice what feels right for you. That knee can stay straight up toward the sky. It can rotate back if you want a deeper twist in through your spine, or close down to the mat if you want less of a twist. We want this left arm sticking straight out to the side here, so we're feeling that nice opening in the shoulder, but we shouldn't experience any pain that makes us feel like we need to seek medical help. So make sure to move that arm around as supports you. Let's just take a couple deep breaths here. We take a deep breath. And then exhale, we release that right arm. Go ahead, roll back onto the belly here. Let's go ahead and place the hands beneath the shoulders. Inhale, come up onto your tabletop, but then exhale, sink back into a wide like a child's pose. So knees are wider than your chest here. Forehead rests down toward the floor. Just a little release for the low back. Nice little opening here. Take a nice deep inhale. A nice deep exhale. One more breath in. Exhale it out. Great. On the next inhale, look up between the hands and then slide the hands forward, trying to keep your body as close to the mat as you possibly can, using the knees and the forearms to lower those hips down. And once the hips come to rest, adjust, bringing those elbows beneath the shoulders, plant your forearms, lift your gaze and torso, coming into your sphinx. So your shoulders are shrugged down, elbows are drawn in toward the body, gaze and chest is forward and proud. Tops of the feet are on the floor. Your legs are not zipped up here. And then release the glutes. This is not a buns of steel class. Really feel into that decompression in the low spine here. Just a couple deep breaths. Great work. Inhale, go ahead, start to walk those elbows back slightly so you can press up onto the hands and the knees, or onto the forearms and the knees. If you know that dolphin is not accessible for you, feel free to come right into your down dog instead. Otherwise, forearms plant on the mat, hands are spread wide, fingers are spread wide. We're going to tuck the back toes and then lift the hips coming into our dolphin pose here. So we're really pressing into the mat with our forearms, moving our heels down toward the floor, feeling those shoulders go to work here as they hold us up. Head is quite close to the mat here. Feel that pull through the back of the legs. Just a couple deep breaths here. And again, if this is inaccessible for you, feel free to pop right up into your down dog. One more deep inhale, folks. Good. Exhale, lower the hips down, coming into your forearm plank here. Good. So your shoulders are in line as much as you can with your ankles here. Core is engaged. Really feel into the abs, that scooping up sensation here. Feel the shoulders continue to work. You can always drop the knees, but keep them at an angle here. So you're still engaging those core muscles. Good. Couple breaths. You can do it. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, drop that right knee down, press on up onto the hands here. Kick that right foot out to the right and turn your left heel down. Weight comes into your right hand. Inhale, we sweep tall with that left arm, coming into our modified star. And then exhale, bicep comes over the ear, reaching down toward the floor for that gorgeous full side body stretch. So as you reach through the fingers, feel that pull through the ribs, down into the hip, up into the arm, bicep, tricep, into the fingertips even. Bottom elbows stay slightly bent. So tempting to lock it out, but avoid that temptation. Staying strong through that bottom knee here. Couple deep breaths. Shoulder is stacked, chest is open. Great. And then inhale, top hand and knee come back down to the mat. We switch sides here. So this time we kick our left foot out to the side, extend our right leg out behind us, and turn the back heel down. Weight shifts into the left hand. Inhale, we sweep tall with that right arm. And then exhale, the bicep comes over the ear, reaching the fingers to the floor. Woo, feeling that gorgeous side body pull here. Bottom elbow stays soft. We're not locking out the joint. Good. Really notice sensation from the hip into the ribs, all the way up into the armpit, arm, and maybe even the fingertips. Shoulder is stacked, chest is open. We're breathing. We're living. Great. Inhale, top hand and knee come back down to the mat. Great work. We're going to come into a seated position here. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees fall out wide. I'll turn to the side here. And it doesn't matter how close your feet are to you, it's really whatever works for your anatomy. So we'll sit up nice and tall, we lengthen through the spine, and then we exhale as we hinge at the hips, lean forward here, coming into this recline bound angle pose. Getting my poses mixed up today. So notice here, we're long through the spine. We're pressing with the heart center, not with the nose, right? So now we're feeling that really deep stretch in through both of the hips at the same time. We're working in parallel here. Also feeling that stretch through the low back. Gaze is toward the top of the mat. Chin is slightly tucked, so we're long all the way up through the neck. Shoulders are shrugged down. Neck is soft. Face is soft. Let's just take a couple deep breaths here, and then just notice where your hands want to be. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever feels the most supportive for you. Good. Inhale, we press ourselves on up into center, and then we're actually going to make our way right onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for final relaxation. Now is your moment. We won't sit up for the rest of our practice. So coming on down onto your back, let's tuck the knees into the chest, wrap our arms around our knees and give ourselves a little hug here. Maybe a rock from side to side, a little roly-poly action. You know what feels good for you. You know the drill here. And then we'll come right into stillness. We'll drop those soles of the feet down to the floor. Now you're welcome to stay here. Knees are in little mountains. This can be great if you have tight hips and tough lower back conditions here. If you'd like, those knees can fall up in wide, soles of the feet together, a little bit of an extension of that bound angle pose. Now it's reclined bound angle. Much more gentle, but still a lovely hip opener, very restorative. You're welcome to extend one leg and keep the opposite in for fallen tree. You can extend both legs for traditional final relaxation. Just finding a position for your arms that feels good for you. I personally love to have my arms up and out and have my armpits open just to help air the body out, kind of give myself a chance for a little bit of an extra full body stretch here. You're also welcome to lay on your side or on your belly, or you can come back into a seated position here and treat it like a seated meditation. It's up to you. So, whatever position you find yourself in, I invite you to settle and then tune into your breath. Begin to notice how fast or slow your breath is moving, how deep or shallow it is. Notice the quality of each breath on the inhales and the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feel into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. And see if you can feel into a sense of being purified here, having stretched out the body, let go of tightness, discomfort, breathing out what you no longer need, letting go of thoughts and emotions that may have been lingering. If your mind wanders off, it gets distracted, that's okay. The moment you've noticed you've gone away is mindfulness. Celebrate the noticing, and then just return to your breath, no judgment. Keep coming back to the inhales and the exhales. Remember, if it's helpful, you can always incorporate a mantra to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, pure. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, pure. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time. I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here with your breath. The four mantras are magic formulas that can be practiced in daily life to help us connect with others, especially our loved ones. The third mantra is, darling, I know you suffer. When you are mindful, you notice when the person you love suffers. Your presence alone will relieve a lot of their suffering. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, lungs, and chest with air, and then slowly exhaling that breath back out, taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, move your arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a deep inhale as you make your way on up into a seated position here. Go ahead and find that comfortable seat, rooting into your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. We inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. We exhale as we drop them back and down. Find a comfortable spot for your hands, whether on the legs, palms up or down, or in the lap. Heart center works great as well. And closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth, and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so mark your calendars and set your alarms. You can find Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure to like, subscribe, and share with anyone you think might be interested, or just anyone and everyone at all. That's how we can continue making this stuff and supporting folks like you. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a delightful rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next practice. Bye.